Today on Discover Wisconsin, we're exploring Lake Geneva, but this time we're taking a route we've never traveled before. Welcome to the Shore Path.
Hello and welcome to Discover Wisconsin.
This is an anthem for those who look for more and never say they've seen it all. Windows down, let's take a ride. The good land's great tonight.
Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. With world-class resorts, incredible restaurants, and year-round activities, it's the pinnacle of luxury and relaxation. But you can experience this area in a completely new way by setting out on the shore path that surrounds Geneva Lake and connects the three beautiful communities of Lake Geneva, Fontana, and Williams Bay.
The lake was formed about 20,000 years ago, and there were tribes here about 1,000 years ago. They all used the path as a means to get from one area to the other. With 15,000 lakes in the state to choose from, this is the only one that you can walk all the way around the perimeter. If we start right here and walk the entire perimeter and come back to this spot, it would be about 21 miles. Many of the early movers and shakers of Chicago history have summer homes here, and especially after the railway was brought up here in 1871 and the Chicago fire that same year. Some of the big names that were attracted up here early on were the famous William Wrigley chewing gum family, Charles Wacker, the head of the Chicago Plan Commission in Chicago. Some will know the name Wacker Drive.
I love that the scenery changes every 10 feet essentially on the shore path. On one hand, you've got the lake on the side, and on the other side, you have these stunning homes. There's really, I don't think you can get bored on the shore path.
What's unique is the land itself is owned by the property owners, but each property owner has to let the lake walkers pass through. And when you're on the path, you can't go up to the homes or out to the piers. But here, you actually have the opportunity to walk right past all these famous houses.
One thing I didn't realize about the Lake Geneva shore path is the homeowners actually own their sliver of the shore path. So they're in charge of customizing it any way they like. So it's really fun as you're checking out the actual homes themselves to see how their personality sort of fits into the shore path. I love the Lake Geneva shore path. I think it's an iconic part of Lake Geneva in general. It's nice to kind of relax and walk the entire path or a part of the path and take in a little bit of history.
And if you need a little guidance along the shore path, well, there's an app for that.
The Visit Lake Geneva app is really cool because it actually keeps track of your location while you're navigating along the shore path on Geneva Lake. So you might be coming up on a historic spot or a special spot along the lake, and you can read some of the historic tidbits on the app itself. It's kind of like having a tour guide in the palm of your hand. You can check out some of the history via the Visit Lake Geneva app, or you can take a deeper dive by visiting the Geneva Lake Museum.
The Geneva Lake Museum certainly has a wide variety of exhibits dating back to about 30,000 years ago with the retreat of the Lash Glacier. The Native American heritage is very important, and we have a wonderful exhibit of a Potawatomi wigwam here in our Main Street gallery. The Lake Geneva area was blessed in having 4 of the exhibits from the World's Fair, the Columbian Exposition of 1893, relocate to Lake Geneva after the exhibit was over. We had guests from 38 states and 17 countries. They're here to see the museum, and then they might say, hey, by the way, we plan to take a walk on the lakeshore, and are now finding the museum and seeing how much of what we have here complements the history of the lakeshore as well.
Find out more about the history of Lake Geneva at discoverwisconsin.com. Coming up, Jim and I continue our journey along the shore path with a look at some of the most stunning homes around the lake. Stay with us. We're making our way around Geneva Lake today on Discover Wisconsin.
I think what I love the most about the Lake Geneva area is it is this unique combination of luxury but also small town charm. You really feel like you're on a sort of fancy vacation, but you're also taking in some classic Wisconsin and Chicago history. But of course, what Lake Geneva is most known for are these incredible estates. Now that is a mansion.
That it is. At 35 rooms sitting on 37 acres, it is the most elegant home on the lake. The beautiful grounds were designed by the famous Olmsteds. The Olmsteds were also responsible for Central Park in New York City,
Oh, wow.
the Capitol grounds in DC, and many other large commissions. And here we have the biggest home ever built on this lake, 55 rooms, 7 floors, 2 basements, even a swimming pool up on the roof. No, it was never the Playboy Club, and no, it was not Al Capone's hideaway. It was a private home built in 1900 for Otto Young.
Who's Otto?
Well, he was a German immigrant, and this is truly rags to riches. He amassed enough money in Chicago after the Great Fire of 1871 to have this home built. This was designed as a single-family home costing about $2 million in 1899 when it was completed. But it hit a real snag in the 1960s because the man who owned it at the time couldn't afford the taxes. This was seized and sold at a sheriff's auction. The entire 55-room mansion and the surrounding 8 acres were purchased in the 1960s for $75,000.
That's it?
Indeed.
One of Geneva Lake's most famous estates along the shore path is also a Wisconsin historic site. Black Point Estate and Gardens is a truly stunning home on the lake's south shore. Accessible only via the shore path or a cruise boat, the home is open for tours May through October and gives visitors a glimpse of what life was like in a 19th century summer cottage.
After you spend a few hours winding along Geneva Lake on the shore path, I highly recommend making a stop at Baker House 1885. It is a phenomenal historic home located just off the shore path in Lake Geneva. It really is a unique environment, very unique ambiance, and one that is definitely a big part of Lake Geneva's history. I recommend ending your day here at the Baker House because of their sunset toast.
Guests can grab a fun hat and gather on the front lawn for a champagne toast during a gorgeous Geneva Lake sunset.
We're gonna raise our glasses nice and high, and we're gonna say goodbye to the day, hello to the evening, and we're gonna party like it's 1899. Cheers!
The sunset toast was perfect. I think this kind of event really encapsulates what Lake Geneva is all about. You have a beautiful lake, a gorgeous sunset. It was really fun to be here at a historic, gorgeous hotel with a whole bunch of really happy, wonderful people enjoying some champagne right on the lawn. What a perfect end to a day in Lake Geneva.
Head to discoverwisconsin.com where you'll find a free itinerary of all the stops you can't miss along the shore path. Coming up, I discover a more extreme side of Lake Geneva. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Lake Geneva, right here on Discover Wisconsin. One of the things I love so much about the Lake Geneva area is everyone here really embraces lake life across all 3 of the lakes in the region.
Boating in general is such a huge part of the Lake Geneva culture. There's lots of public ramps to take advantage of. You can rent a boat, take one out on the lake. So whether you own one or not, they're definitely very available to you. No matter what it is you're looking for to do on the water, you're gonna find it here. There is stand-up paddle boarding, kayaking, there's pontoon rides and tubing. And if you're into the really extreme side of things, you can try flyboarding. Sean, what is flyboarding?
Flyboarding is basically a type of hydro flight. We're going to, in essence, connect a hose to the jet ski that we have specially designed that is going to then connect the hose to your feet, push all the water from the jet ski out of your feet, and lift you out of the water to fly. It is by far the coolest thing we've ever done on water.
Right up my
Nothing more.
alley.
Perfect.
I liked it. I love
Yeah.
it. What do I need to know as a newbie? I've seen it, but I've never actually flyboarded. Tips, please.
So at Wisconsin Hydro Sports, we've got Bluetooth communication. We're gonna be talking to you the whole time through. And basically, as long as you can follow our direction, you're gonna be up out of the water. And we'd say if you can stand, you can fly.
I imagine there's a decent amount of adrenaline you feel when you're
It
up there.
really is. It is a lot of adrenaline, and you know, it's the feeling of flight. So.
All right, the feeling of flight. I'm about to experience it.
Awesome.
Ready?
Ready to do? Let's go.
My flyboarding experience was awesome. I loved it. I was a little nervous getting up, and it did take me a few tries, but I had really great instruction. Once you get up there, you kind of feel like you're floating on water. It's the most amazing, exhilarating, unexplainable feeling.
Okay, so maybe you're looking for a more relaxing way to get out on the water. Luckily, the Lake Geneva Cruise Line has a wide range of tours and cruises around the lake. You can even arrange for a boat to pick you up or drop you off at certain points along the shore path. And even during the holidays, you can still get out on the water on the Santa Cruise.
The Santa Cruz is kind of a twist on other trips out to see Santa. We use our bell of the lake in order to take a trip up to the North Pole. The lake normally freezes in January, so we're able to run the boats throughout the month of December. They see light displays along the way, and when they get there, they meet Santa. Santa has a hideaway up there, and he comes out, greets the kids, and then he finds his nice list. And he reads the names of all the kids on the nice list, which are all the kids on the boat, and you just see their eyes light up when they hear Santa say their name.
After we started the Santa Cruise, we talked about starting our own charity and then decided that if we could do it like an umbrella charity, which is what Santa Cause is, that supports 12 existing charities in Walworth County. We give each charity a tree, a 10 by 10 space, and a ballot box, and then they design their trees. You come in, you buy a raffle ticket, and then you go around and put them in whatever ballot box you want and whatever booth you want. 100% of the proceeds goes to the charities. So Santa Cruz is the attraction that brings everybody here. It really brings the community, the charities, and everybody together.
While most are probably not happy to see the lake freeze, it's good news for a very different kind of boater. Ice boating is huge in Lake Geneva. In fact, it's considered the ice boating capital of the world. The weather conditions have to be nearly perfect for the boaters to hit the ice, but when they do, it's a sight to behold. Shout out to Christy from Walworth County for sending us her photos of Lake Geneva. Your photos could be featured in a future episode too. Just use hashtag #DiscoverWisconsin on Instagram. Coming up, we're winding through the communities along the shore path. Discover Wisconsin will be right back. We're making our way along the Geneva Lake shore path today on Discover Wisconsin. Ambitious hikers can travel through the 3 communities around Geneva Lake via the shore path. But Williams Bay, Fontana, and Lake Geneva all have compelling reasons to stop and take a break. Definitely make some time for downtown Lake Geneva. With its unique shops and restaurants, it's the perfect place to hop off the path for a bit. And for an incredible meal overlooking the lake, there's no place like Oak Fire.
Oak Fire is a modern Italian-style restaurant with a focus on pizza napoletana. The dough is made by hand, it's made 24 hours in advance, it proofs, and then it's fired at 1,000 degrees in about 60 to 90 seconds. So they cook really, really fast. The secret and the art to making this style of pizza is all about the oven. It's definitely the most important factor in how to make a great Neapolitan-style pizza. We've got 3 outdoor patio/seating areas. One of my goals for this restaurant when we first bought the property was to eventually go up and take advantage of this gorgeous lake view that we have. We have these giant garage doors that open up and really creates this kind of unique to the area, al fresco kind of dining vibe. We really wanted to create a destination, something with a wow factor that celebrated the view of the lake. And we get a lot of folks that come off of a hike on the shore path and will come sit, have a sangria on the patio or a margarita and order a pizza. And the pizza's cooked so fast that we're able to really feed people quickly and get them back out there and enjoying the lake.
About 6 miles down the shore path from Lake Geneva, you'll stumble upon the charming village of Williams Bay. And at Pier 290, you can enjoy a delicious meal, gorgeous views, and even a relaxing day at the beach, all in one place.
Our restaurant is one of only 2 commercial properties on the whole lake that doesn't have a road or parking lot between you and the water. We transformed what was just a working marina into a destination or a place where people, whether you live here year-round or you're coming up for a week to visit, that you can have a place on the water and enjoy great food. There's something about being on the water and boating that creates memories, and we get a bond with friends and family. We built a beach that's right off the shore path with imported white sand. We wanted to make it the kind of experience that you thought you'd have to fly somewhere to go to, but instead you can do it right here in southern Wisconsin.
Further still along the shore path is Fontana on Geneva Lake, home to the Abbey Resort, known for its full-service spa, luxurious accommodations, and stunning location right off the lakeshore. Now, right down the road from the Abbey Resort and just off the shore path in Fontana are 2 beloved lakeside spots you can't miss.
Gordy, together with his family, began the business in 1955. I was 15 years old. My father came and said, "How do you feel about driving a speedboat this summer?" So needless to say, I jumped right in when I was 15 years old, and I've been here ever since. Gordy's has developed slowly over the last 60 years, and we began with the speedboat rides. It developed into a boat rental company. We've added gasoline, fuel, service and storage, our restaurant division, our pro shop division, and we have a variety of other interests. And all of those things together have made Gordy's kind of a destination in Fontana on Geneva Lake.
You can take some water sports lessons, or you can rent out some boats, whatever you want. You can get kind of the quintessential Lake Geneva experience at a spot like Gordy's. Literally right next door to Gordy's is Chuck's Lakeshore Inn. This is what I would call a party spot. They're known for having live music or a DJ, so if you're into the music scene in Lake Geneva, this is definitely a spot to check out. Of course, great food, and most notably, they're known for their infamous purple drink. Hi.
Hi.
I've been told to order the sweet tart drink.
Absolutely, it's our house drink. It's Bacardi, triple sec, bar sour, grape soda.
Awesome.
There you go.
Perfect.
Enjoy.
Thank you. I've got a gorgeous lakefront view, a drink in my hand. What more could you want in your getaway? And that is really what is so great about Lake Geneva. There's a little bit of everything here, no matter what time of year you visit. I'm Mariah Haberman. I'll see you next week.
Discover Wisconsin is the state's leading media brand. Continue the adventure at discoverwisconsin.com and stream episodes on YouTube and Roku TV.